In a moment of absolute brilliance, Yoshida politely asked gamers to not make inappropriate mods for Final Fantasy XVI. Let me say that again. The Square Enix producer of Final Fantasy XVI. The game with shit like this in it. Asks gamers of all people to behave on the modding scene, so naturally the results are not publishable on YouTube. It's especially mind-numbing that Yoshida said this only in response to the absolute amount of NSFW mods that are already out for other games like FF7. It's like he's taunting the modding community here to come up with things we have never even dreamt of. So, thank you, Mr. Yoshida. Bit of a history lesson here. Final Fantasy XVI is Square Enix's latest attempt at keeping this franchise alive. Of course, they finally released DLC for it. The first one, Echoes of the Fallen, adds a new story before the game's final battle because clearly it needed more convoluted plotlines. The second DLC, The Rising Tide, released in spring 2024 with more challenges and another showdown. Because why not drag it out longer? Also, there have been endless complaints about bugs and crashes on PS5 after the latest update. The player base of Final Fantasy XVI is doing fairly well, but not as strong as some other big titles. After its release, it became the second most played PS5 game of 2023, but it fell 27% short of the peak reached by Hogwarts Legacy. Its numbers have declined a bit since then, as most single-player games do after the story concludes. Despite this, it still holds a significant lead over other major games like Resident Evil 4 and Diablo 4. Here's some quick ones. Respawn has stated the final Star Wars game is being developed. This will likely be the last time we will see Cal Kestis and his friends, as Respawn is already torn in half because of other projects. Ubisoft keeps shitting their bed and sleeping in it on their own website, where they invite you to join this amazing environment of a company. They're looking for women and non-binary individuals to join their mentorship program. Sure, we can give them the benefit of a doubt here and say that they just want to use the inclusive language, but it seems to be a lot more inclusive not being so specific. What's hysterical is that this is, according to some, precisely the reason why recent games like Dustborn or Concord has bit the bullet so hard, checking political boxes where there's no need for any. The Switch 2 has leaked in the worst way possible, with both real-life photos and 3D renders. There's even specs if you really need to see all that. Seems like Nintendo really missed the window for an official announcement and some random Chinese website beat them to it.